Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Unfortunately, I'm coming to you from my living room again. Last week I hurt my hip and I'm having a little bit of difficulty moving around. So a couple nights ago I went out to do a mini photography project in the rain and I ended up being in a lot of pain that night. So I'm trying to take it easy for the next couple of hours, but I wanted to have a short chat with you today about getting inspired through projects and show you the mini photography project that I worked on this past week. So let's get into it. So 8 months ago, Robynne did a YouTube video about improving your photography with mini projects. Now, I'm all about improving my photography and I'm all about photography projects. So his video really resonated with me because some time ago, I just discovered for myself that I like working in photography collections in series or projects. I like having parameters to my photography because it gives me focus and it gives me something to look forward to in creating. So for the past few months, I've been digging deep into this subject and I've been consuming a lot of information about photography projects through people like Robynne, Daniel Milner, as well older photographers like Berenice Abbott and Miley on YouTube and through books. So around early spring, I made this internal shift for myself that I was going to try focusing on creating and working on more photography collections and publish them. So I did Chasing Arrow Leaves, I did Hello Spring, and something that I noticed when I was working on those collections was how I felt. I felt great. So I've been really trying to hone in and create more of that feeling. So you all know my next photography seasonal project is Summer in the Okanagan. I've mentioned it in another video. And then I have another mid-length photography project that I'm fleshing out and I'm trying to discern if there's a long-term photography project out there for me. But specifically to improve my photography, to improve my collection skills and pump me with inspiration, something that I've been trying to do every single week is just do one mini photography project. So last week's mini project was actually about my first meal out. So indoor dining here has been suspended since the end of March. So anytime my fiance and I wanted to eat at our favorite sushi restaurant, we had to do takeout because they didn't have an outdoor patio. So last week we got to sit down inside the restaurant for the first time and it was really lovely and I brought my camera to just document that moment. This week's mini photography project was about the rain. So it's been raining here for the past couple days in Kelowna. So the other day I was having this conversation with this lady that's originally from Ontario and we were talking about the weather, we were talking about rain, and she was telling me how she loves the smell of rain, how she misses the smell of rain and that it reminds her of her home. So when it was raining here in Kelowna a couple days ago, I went to a couple of local beaches here and I just photographed the rain. So I want to show you the photos that I collected for that mini photography project, as well comment a little bit about what I was thinking when I was curating the final collection. So when I was picking out the photos for the final collection, I was specifically following my senses. So that's just how I wanted the photos to flow. So we started with the sight of rain. So you have the clear pools of puddles on the ground, you have the water droplets on the flowers and the leaves, and then we move into the smell of rain, and smell is questionably hard in a photograph. So I was more focusing on the atmosphere of the photos, trying to illustrate and convey that it had been raining here in Kelowna and kind of connect that with the sense of smell. And then we move into touch, or the physicalness of rain. So rain on the skin, seeking shelter from the rain, taking cover, and then I bring you back to my original puddle that I shot on the first scene. The tricky part, I guess, with mini photography projects is coming up with the idea for that mini photography project. And I think this is where my June's experiment of document, don't just create comes into play. So instead of always looking through the lens of creation of what do I create, and instead looking at through the lens of documentation, a lot more possibilities opened up. So to give you a few examples, something that is happening this weekend is Father's Day. So Sunday is Father's Day, and I have a little mini photography project planned around that. I'm also going to Vesuvius next weekend for 2 days, so I have a mini photography project planned around that trip. As well, when I was downtown Kelowna the other day, I realized that a new cafe had opened up downtown Kelowna, so I really want to go check it out because it's right by the water with my mom. So I kind of have a mini photography project planned around that. So when I started looking at things through the lens of documentation, not just creation, a lot of possibilities just opened up for me in order to fuel the mini photography projects with ideas. So I want to talk to you more about photography projects, but I want to keep today's video fairly short. I highly recommend to go watch Robynne Wong's YouTube video about mini photography projects. As well, Daniel Milner on YouTube has a lot of great content about working through photography projects. And something that I've been learning a lot about project-based work is actually through this book called Women Photographers that I picked up at the bookstore the other day. Let me know in the comments if you're working on a mini project this week or if you have one planned. That's everything for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you found a part of it useful. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe. Maybe buy me a cup of coffee, and I'll see you in the next one.